Hi, my name is Sydney LaSelle, and today I'll be presenting to you my senior portfolio. So as far as relevant employment history, this past summer I got to be an intern at Carpenter Smith Southwest in Dallas, Texas. I was very lucky to have this opportunity considering everything going on with COVID. In years past, beginning in the summer of 2015, going on till the summer of 2018, I was also an intern at Structures, which is a residential firm run by Aaron Engel. This one is also in Dallas. And during that same summer, I got to be a showroom worker at Taylor's by Jane. Also in Dallas, I was a worker for a week during summer market at the World Trade Center. I am a senior interior design major minoring in architecture at Texas Tech. I also had the opportunity to attend Florence University of the Arts during the summer of 2019, where I got to study architecture, which was just a really awesome opportunity to learn more about the architecture of different countries. As far as the extracurriculars, I've been extremely involved in student mobilization, which is an on-campus ministry throughout my 4 years of college. I have also been involved in my sorority, Alpha Phi, and held different positions in there as well. I have been involved in different volunteer organizations such as Possibilities, which works with different animal shelters, and volunteered at places such as the Study Abroad Fair and the Boys and Girls Club. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of my projects, starting with the Turning Point Church. The Turning Point Church was the project that we did this past fall semester, the fall of 2020. My responsibilities as a group member included contributing to the development of the Inspiration Mood Board, helping with the selection of furnishings, lighting, and materials, contributing to the formation of bubbles and blocking diagrams, and hand drafting them for our final presentation, sketching out the different design concepts, and really just getting our ideas into real life, finalizing the renderings of the entrance, community center, and cafe, including the materials and all the details and architectural elements, and then also finalizing the rest of the group's renderings in Photoshop, adding entourage and any last minute details. Personally, this project was really fun, but also challenged all of us, I think, in different ways because of everything going on with COVID. It was not only a group project, but it was a group project in the virtual classroom setting. So we really just had to learn how to learn with different people's schedules. We had to learn strong time management skills, figuring out meetings with people being in Lubbock and being at home. It was really hard, but really rewarding at the end because we just learned so much from it. And it was a really cool opportunity, and we got to make a really cool project for Park Hill Smith and Cooper. So we have 2 concepts for this project. There's an aesthetic concept as well as a pragmatic. As far as our aesthetic, we were just looking for a blend of New World and Old World, looking at European Gothic architecture, but also adding in modern elements, which we'll kind of see in our inspiration photos. And then our pragmatic concept, we just really wanted this to be a really strong relationship forming space with a really strong outreach program. We just wanted this to be where it was a church that didn't seclude who could be members. We wanted to have a shuttle so that low-income people were welcome to be members as well. And we have a community center which has access to different educational, housing, and career resources. On top of that, we also wanted this to appeal to all generations, so we took wayfinding into extremely strong consideration when doing the design of this project. So this is our inspiration. As I talked about, we really wanted it to be a blend of New World and Old World, and I think you can really see that in the expression of these photos. There's a lot of Old World elements with a modern take on them, so you will see these incorporated into the design that we chose. Here we have our color scheme and our selections. We have a lot of neutrals mixed in with bright jewel tones. As you can see with our material selections, we chose just a lot of really fun and different materials that we can mix together and just create a church like nothing we've ever seen before. Especially in Lubbock, I feel like a lot of the churches look really similar to each other, and we just wanted ours to be something that really stood out. So we use the formation of bubbles to then get to a blocking diagram, which we have a lot of the goals were to have a parking lot that could easily access the reception and commons and community center. We just knew that the first impressions were critical, so you'll see us take that into consideration when we designed the entryway area. The back of house also needed access to the back parking lot and just the loading docks, just for different speakers or different events going on and different people that were coming in and out of the building. These were some of our design concepts. This is where we really tried to get our ideas onto paper. So we really like the shapes that were seen in traditional stained glass windows, but we also wanted to have a modern take on them. So having more geometric forms, this was one of the sketches that I did just to kind of get that idea out. And then also sketching our ideas for the baptistry and just getting that onto paper so that when we took it to Revit, we could really express it in the way that we had envisioned it. This is our floor plan. So this really just shows how all the spaces are working together. We have this entryway here, which has a large reception desk that really draws you in once you have entered the cafe and community center right off the entrance, which is just really accessible to all the guests. The office spaces are secluded, but also have access to windows and are just further away from public areas for privacy reasons. We have the back of house, which you can see in close connection to the worship center. And there are the restrooms right off the worship center so that if you are getting baptized, you can go and change easily, or if you're in service, you can go to the restroom easily. We just wanted to take all of these things into consideration when we were picking out the layout of this building. So here we have the RCP and fire safety plan. We really wanted to take lighting into consideration throughout the entire design of this project, and we just really focused in on what lighting we were using. One of the things that I thought was really cool about this RCP was that we were struggling with the ceiling heights and making the space not feel too overwhelmingly huge. And one of the things that we added was this really cool ceiling feature, which you'll be able to see in the renderings. And we made it into the shape of a cross. So just really taking in all the small details of the church and just emphasizing them in ways that we could. So here we have the first page of renderings. As you can see here, we have the entryway, which has this beautiful custom reception desk, which I modeled in Revit. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the project. I just think that visitors are going to be so drawn in by this desk. It's able to be reached through all sides because of it being round. There's also the community center, which has movable furniture and different seating arrangements, as well as the cafe with different seating arrangements for different uses, and a coffee shop that can be used so that this building is being taken advantage of not only during Sundays, but also other days of the week. The next page of renderings focuses on the commons, which you can really see that cool architectural detail in the ceiling. You also see the baptistry, which has the 3 arches representing the Holy Trinity, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, different seating arrangements. You also can see the New and Old World architecture being taken into consideration in the ceiling of the worship center, and also in the archways of the main hall, which you can see here. You can also see our consideration into the wayfinding with the different signs that are used throughout the space. The next project I'll be showing you is the Department of Design. This new office space for the Department of Design will be a bright, refreshing environment which supports productivity as well as positivity in the workspace. The renovation will allow the space to be better utilized, giving everyone in the Department of Design the space they need to be successful. The spaces within this suite will feature bright, contrasting colors from the PPG with the palette, which will increase energy and productivity as well as comfort. Elements such as clean lines and bold shapes will also be incorporated into the design in order to encourage creativity and the use of the imagination. The attention restoration theory will be considered in this design in order to encourage concentration while also tying in West Texas accents. Overall, this will be a space that all users will look forward to working in. So here we have how the development of our bubbles went into the formulation of a blocking diagram, which will then go into the floor plan, which I will show later. We also looked at designing screens in our lighting systems class, and the screen was incorporated into the design of our DoD, which I just thought was really cool because it got to take projects from 2 different classes and work on them together. I chose to show the dimension floor plan and the demolition plan side by side just so you could see the original walls of the Department of Design space and just how I changed that layout and rearranged it to fit the needs of what we were trying to accomplish with the Department of Design. Next, we have the furniture plan. This just shows the furniture layouts that I use and also gives a little schedule that talks about the different furniture pieces used. A lot of the pieces were from Technion. I think they have amazing office furniture pieces that really just fit to customize spaces, which you'll see in the renderings. As far as the RCP goes, I tried to limit the use of different types of lighting, so I kind of stuck to 3. I have the recessed cans, which you can see all throughout the space, the recessed lighting that you can see only in the conference, which you can see in the renderings, and then also these really fun Eureka twistable lighting features that I just thought added a really cool design element to the space. So here you see the interior section, and I really wanted to include the renderings so you could have a good idea of what you were looking at. The first one showing the reception area, which has a custom reception desk that just automatically greets you at the Department of Design. It also has a screen which shows students' projects, and you can see that the use of my lighting screen was incorporated into the walls here and just throughout the entire project. We have this really cool collaboration space, which is separated from the grad student pool by a little half wall. The grad student pool has all these different desking systems, also from Technion, that give the student space to study, but also space to keep different materials. Next, we have the cross section, and shown here we have the conference room. As you can see, there's a really cool ceiling feature here, which I've incorporated recessed lighting into. It has this custom credenza built into it, which just allows for plenty of storage. And then there's also the library, which is a materials library that is built into that wall, as well as the kitchenette, which was just a really fun and cool space to create. As you can see here, we have the offices, and all the offices have glass curtain walls, and that allows natural light to not just be secluded to the offices along that wall. It allows natural light to flow into the entire space, which is just beneficial for many reasons. The third project I'll be showing you is the design of the Texas Tech Junction campus. The purpose of this project was to renovate the current campus, which is located in Junction, and just really refresh it and just take some of the old details, but just add to it so that it could be beneficial for years to come. It included a welcome center, doubling as sort of a museum with housing for the management offices. It featured grad student suites for the students who stay in Junction long term, and different sizes of conference and class rooms with an outdoor space that's going to be used to host different events and has different outdoor tents, which are part of the original campus. So here you can see the Welcome Center and its design. Glass garage doors were really utilized throughout this entire space, as well as movable furniture, just so the space could be fit the needs of the user. In all of the spaces here and throughout the entire project, the tables all have wheels so that the rooms can be transformed to fit the needs of whoever is using them, and all the desks are height adjustable. Again, I use these really cool Technion and desking systems just so that the spaces could be customized and really just utilize what space they had. Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide, and fire sprinklers are used throughout the entire project, and there are emergency exit signs throughout the entire project. Safety needed to be a key feature since this is a campus, and also ADA design is taken into consideration throughout the entire project. The conference tables are all on wheels, like I mentioned before, and there are screens on wheels, so the spaces are really customizable. The management offices are shown just zoomed in here. As you can see, we have the renderings that show really just a good idea of what they are going to look like. They have those really cool desking systems which take advantage of the space, and they have the red office chairs, which really just add to the school spirit of Texas Tech. Here we have the grad student suite. This just shows what the grad students will be staying in whenever they're doing their research at this campus. They each have their own bedroom, which has a closet space and a desk for studying, with a shared living space that has a stacked washer and dryer, a kitchenette, and each set of students will share a bathroom. Here we have the larger conference and class areas. The large classrooms can hold between 100 and 110 people, which is just beneficial to a variety of the different events being hosted here. These smaller classrooms are separated by these half walls, which are harder to see, but each of these individual spaces can hold between 12 to 24 people, and they are just really easily able to be customized for the needs of the different users, and all have storage closets so that if you need to move furniture in and out, depending on what the needs are, that is possible. Here we have the tents and pergola. These were really fun to design. We made sure through the ramps that you can see here that make it ADA accessible. They are all featuring outdoor furniture from Lowell Designs, which is an environmentally aware company that uses sustainable materials. We also have a lot of trash receptacles and recycling units throughout the entire project, just so that sustainability could be a big focus here. The tents that were originally part of the campus are still included, and they just are put to a different use and have a variety of different uses. The fourth project I'll be showing you is the Mills Residence. This project was done during the spring of 2019, and this home is a cozy getaway, which creates a sense of comfort and warmth within the home. Openness encourages lots of interaction between family members, bright colors mixed with toned down neutrals will promote positive energy, and the goal of this home is to be a sanctuary not only to the members of the Mills family, but just to everyone that visits for years to come. Here we have the mood board. This just kind of gives you a feel for what kind of design elements I was trying to go for in the project, and I will further discuss those as we continue to look at this project. So we had a lot of design considerations to work with that led to the formulation of the floor plan that we will see later. I also wanted to feature the front exterior elevation just so you could see the materials used. I definitely wanted to keep the original architectural style of the home, but just freshen it up a bit. So we have shiplap walls. We see this really clean, dark roofing panels, and it just contrasts the white so well. And I really loved the addition of this archway over the front entryway area. So here's the floor plan of the first floor. There were definitely challenges in this just because there was already a layout that we could use, but we just wanted to make sure that space was being utilized and that there just wasn't this freestanding space that wasn't being taken advantage of. I think one of my favorite parts of this project is the master because I love where number 8 shows the custom built-in closet credenzas, and even just in the bathroom with the shower being a no threshold shower, we wanted aging in place to be really focused on in this project, just so that the family could age with this home as they got older. The second floor is mostly going to be utilized by the children, so they have a little study and lounge space, and then their bedrooms, which just fit the needs of a child. They have a twin bed, a nice closet space, and a shared bathroom, and there's also plenty of attic and storage space, which is definitely going to be utilized in the family environment. And here are my kitchen elevations. This just kind of shows how my different materials and colors were incorporated, as well as giving an idea of what the kitchen is going to look like. And these were some of the furniture selections I went about in choosing for my project, just to show some of the different mixed metals and just neutral colors that were blended in with different design elements. The final project I'll be showing you is my New York City loft. This comes from my second semester freshman year, and I think overall really just shows, in terms of my entire portfolio, shows my development as a designer. So the purpose of this project was to design a 1,600 square foot, 1-bedroom loft apartment located in the Soho district of New York. This loft is located on the 8th floor of a converted warehouse and manufacturing facility, which has recently begun to convert into apartments and condos. The client chose this location because it's close to his job, and since the building is under construction, many of the design decisions could be his own. Personally, I wanted this project to just be modern and timeless while also giving it the sense of luxury that's usually connotated with New York. I condensed this project down to one page because I feel like I could just really get the idea of this project and what I was trying to accomplish down to this one page. So as you can see, there's lots of custom millwork throughout this entire project. Custom millwork was taken advantage of. I think the challenge of this project was because it's a loft, you really don't have separate rooms with walls. So custom millwork was really used to divide up these spaces and just give each area a designated space. So you can see custom millwork in the bedroom as well as in the living room. It's really just used throughout. As far as the terrace, we have French doors that open to the terrace. I showed those in the elevation at the very top. This was just a really cool idea. If it was a beautiful day out, they could just open the French doors and have the outdoors really being open to the indoor of their apartment and just make it feel bigger and just give the fresh air and just refreshing environment it needed. You can also see some of the custom credenzas that I did, one of which being for the living room, which you can see in the middle elevation here, and also the elevations of the custom credenzas for the office. These were just really good for splitting up the space. The views were really taken advantage of in this project. As you can see, there's tons of windows. The terrace faces the Empire State Building, so just a really beautiful view. And I just, even in the living room, I wanted the views to be really taken advantage of. As far as the furniture used, I wanted to take advantage of a lot of Holly Hunt pieces. I think it's really cool that she was a Texas Tech grad and just showing pride in our school and the program which we come from. So I used Holly Hunt rugs, both outdoor and indoor. The really cool table that is in the living room, the coffee tables are all Holly Hunt, as well as the sconces that are used in all of the elevations. And yeah, that finishes out my senior portfolio. I so appreciate the time that you've taken to review it. And I'm just so proud to have been a part of this Texas Tech program. And I cannot wait to take what I've learned from this program and just apply it to my life in just years to come. I'm just so proud to be a Red Raider. And yeah, thank you again for your time. It's so much appreciated. Thank you.